Everyone loves jerky, but why is it so expensive? Even vegans want to eat jerky. Go figure. All right, here we go. Today, we're gonna talk about beef jerky and how to make it at home. Beef jerky is so expensive. You go to the grocery store, there's a big wall of beef jerky, and you go and pick one up and you're really excited about it. And when you open the bag and pour it out, there's like 3 pieces of beef jerky in there. And the thing costs like $8-9. So I think there is an easier way to do this and make it yourself at home. You not only control the ingredients that are in it, but you also save money. And that's what we're all about around here, saving money on meat. I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to do it. We're gonna do it in a smoker and we're gonna do it in the oven. Also, we're gonna do a little science experiment. I wanna know if I take a pound of raw meat, how much dried jerky am I gonna get at the end? I'm gonna show you how easy it is to do. You don't have to have the Ron Popeil food dehydrator. Wait a second. All right. If you're under 40 years old, you have no idea what I just said. Go ahead and Google it. He was the father of the infomercial. Wait, you probably don't know what infomercial means either. Google that too, come back. But if you're over 40, you got it. Stay with me on this video because I have found a cheap product on Amazon that will triple your output of jerky. At the end of the video, I'm gonna go through the most frequently asked questions about how to make beef jerky at home. How long does it last? How do I store it? I'm gonna answer all those questions. So at the end of this video, you will have a masterclass in how to make your own beef jerky and save a ton of money from start to finish. This is the beef we're gonna use today for our beef jerky. Now this is an eye of round, so it is a very lean cut. You can see through that in the middle, there's almost no intermuscular fat. In beef jerky, when you dry it out, the fat is the first thing to go bad. And so in this case, we want a nice lean cut. The good news is, though, this lean cut is pretty cheap, so again, we can make more jerky and it can be more cost effective. There is this fat cap here, which we're going to remove. We're gonna go ahead and pop this one into the freezer for about 30 minutes to firm it up. It really aids in slicing. If you can put this in the freezer for 30 minutes, and it'll make your life a whole lot easier. We're looking for about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. So for our marinade, we're gonna start out with 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now, if this is your chance, if you want them more spicy, jack it up. I'm also gonna do 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Now, if you don't want sugar in your jerky, don't use it. It's that simple. We're gonna mix this up, put it in a Ziploc bag with our meat. We're gonna let this marinate for at least 1 hour up till overnight. The longer you leave it in there, the more those flavors are going to do their thing. Back in the fridge. So I set aside the 1 pound for our experiment. The rest of it, I'm just gonna slice up. I'm gonna double the marinade, follow the same procedure. Basically what I'm gonna do is the 1 pound experiment is gonna go outside on the smoker, and then the rest of it is gonna go in the oven. I'm gonna show you how to do both those techniques. And more importantly, if I only make 1 pound of beef jerky, my kids love this, everybody loves this. This stuff will be gone in no time and I will not get any, so I have to make a lot. I'm gonna mix this around, put it back in another Ziploc bag, and we are gonna be on our way to marinating, and then beef jerky time. So here's our 1 pound that we've set aside for our experiment. It's a wonderful day in my town. It is raining, but this is how much I care about you guys. I am doing this in the rain. If I get wet, this is just gonna have to deal with it. So I'm gonna try to keep the camera underneath this little overhang, but I'm gonna go put this on my pellet smoker. I'm using a Traeger pellet smoker right now, and I have it set at 180, the 180 setting, and you can see it's like 172 or so. So again, almost the lowest it'll go. Here I go, I'm about to get wet. We're gonna check back in about 2 hours, see how it's coming along. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the product that I found on Amazon that is gonna work out perfect for our beef jerky. This is a 3-tiered cooling rack. I think it's for baked goods and cookies and stuff, but we're gonna use it for jerky because we're gonna go 3 high. Remember, this is the meat that I had left over after I took the 1 pound for our experiment. So, I mean, open up this bag, it just smells amazing. Woo. So we're just gonna so I have a regular sheet pan, and then I have my rack over the top. We're gonna put them close together. We wanna have airflow, but we also wanna get as much as we can on there. Now I would guess this is about 3 pounds of meat, and there's still room on the rack. So I probably could have gone 4 pounds if I really scrunch it together. So as far as cooking it, what I've done here is I have turned my convection on my oven. If you don't have convection, it's okay. I'll tell you what to do in a minute. Put it at the lowest setting, it's 175. I've removed the rack out of there, so there's just 1 rack at the bottom. And I'm gonna slide in my beef jerky. My future beef jerky. If your oven does not have a convection feature, what I would just do is about every hour come and just open up the door for like give it 15 seconds, let the moisture escape, and then let more air in, and it'll help out with the drying process. As far as time is concerned, we're gonna start checking every 2 hours to see how it's coming along. It has been 2 hours. Let's give it a check. As you can see, it's dried out. You see how it's still very pliable? It's still got a little bit of ways to go. If you press on it, you can tell it's not quite at that dried out stage yet. So we're gonna let it go for we'll go another hour and we'll check it. Again, you can still see it's got a lot of movement to it. It's not ready yet. Got a lot of give to it. It's got some more time to go. We're gonna check again another hour. Here it is. Now, I pulled out the beef jerky. It's been sitting there for about 4 hours, and you can tell that we got some really good pull on this jerky. It's dry, but it's not too dry. But again, we got some really good chew on that beef jerky. The recipe I made was kind of a basic beef jerky. Again, basic flavors. You can take this however you want it. Once you do this process, you can make it your own. All the products that I use and the recipes, everything will be in the description. So check that out. Here we go. Tastes so good. This is a round cut, so comes from a round. It's a tough cut of meat. It's a really good way to use some of the cheaper cuts that you'll find in the grocery store or at Costco, at Sam's, and really turn them into something special. So I'm super excited about this. Again, stay tuned. We're going to talk about some frequently asked questions, and I'm going to pull the other ones off of the smoker. Let's go to that next. Still raining, but we're champions. Do anything for the jerky. This is our jerky that we got from the smoker. Remember, we start out with 1 pound. First, before I even taste it, man, this smells amazing. But before I even taste it, I want to weigh it right off the smoker to see how much water loss has happened. We started out with 1 pound. Now we have about 9 ounces or so. All right, so here's our jerky. So we started out with 1 pound. Now we got about 8.7 ounces. So it's lost almost half its weight. But still, look at all this really, really good jerky we got. I mean, this is really, I'm very excited with this. Let me give it a taste. This has the smoke on it, so it's gonna be a little bit different. I really like with the smoke better than with the not smoke. If there's one thing I would change with the 2 recipes, would be to add a little bit of liquid smoke to the oven dried product. I think the smoke really does help a little bit. So if you're gonna do it in the oven, add about a ½ teaspoon of liquid smoke. I think that would really bump up that flavor. This is really good though. This is really good. So let's talk about what we got our final product. We're gonna go my jerky that I made from scratch, or this just basic Jack Links like I just got at the grocery store. This one was $7.69 for this 2.85 ounces. This was 1 pound of the eye of the round. So this was only $4.19 for this pound of meat. So let's see what we got. Wait. I didn't add the silica packet to mine. I don't know. I don't need one of those. We started out with 1 pound of raw beef to make our beef jerky that cost $4.19 a pound. It cooked down to roughly about half its weight. For simplicity's sake, let's just say that to get 1 pound of finished beef jerky, we would need to buy 2 pounds of raw beef. So that would bring our total to $8.38. The store-bought beef jerky was a 2.85 ounce package for $7.69. If you were to multiply that out, 1 pound of this beef jerky would be an astonishing $43.17. That is a savings of $34.79 per pound. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is amazing. Here's our frequently asked questions section of the video. So, how do you store it? I would put it in a Ziploc bag. I would put it in the refrigerator. I know jerky is supposed to be shelf stable, but again, there are commercial jerkies. They do certain amount of things to pasteurize the meat before they go ahead and smoke it and dehydrate it. So this has not been all the way dehydrated, so I would not feel comfortable leaving it on the counter for more than a day or two. So I would put it in a Ziploc bag and then put it in the fridge. How long does it last? Well, in the fridge, I would say you have at least 2 weeks for it, maybe longer. But again, at my house, this jerky will be gone in a couple of days. So I don't know if I've ever gotten to the point where it has gone bad as far as how many weeks, because it's been a couple days, it's gone. Making this jerky though does make me think about some other things. Like, what else could I jerky? What other meats could I possibly jerky? And is jerky a verb? These are all great questions. See you on the next one.